What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. In this video, we're gonna do a complete sweepstakes setup, right? We're gonna do everything that you need to know about sweepstakes, including how to pick them, how to configure them, how to make sure you are basically not wasting any money, how to make sure you're getting a good ROI and things like that. All right, so as you may be well aware, if you've seen some of my previous videos, you've heard me mention that I'm not really a big fan of sweepstakes. And what I basically recommended is that you run one of these niche offers, right? And so if we go into basically MaxBounty, I have it set up on sweepstakes. You have an alternative, right? You can basically go into something like e-commerce, right? You can search there and you can basically sort by CPA rate in descending order, okay? And so if you click on this 2 times, you're gonna see basically offers that have a low payout, right? And these are really nice alternatives to sweepstakes because they're basically to a specific niche. And so in my opinion, it's a lot more straightforward to have people basically complete those offers because all you need to do is basically match up to a specific niche. We have here Start a Career Today, right? We have, night vision cap. We have very specific products, right? And so you can promote this. But having said that, honestly, I think that, sweepstakes do have their time and place. A lot of people I know are very interested in promoting them, right? And the game plan you need with sweepstakes, you have to be very, very careful, right? You really have to cover all your bases and really track everything you're doing. And you still should be tracking with everything, but especially with sweepstakes, because, they may tell you we're going to give you a payout after they complete like one page, a couple of questions. But at the end of the day, then you go out and you test the sweepstake and they have to fill out like, 20 different pages. And so the money is there, the money is there. Otherwise, they would not be on MaxBounty. Otherwise, this would not, they would not have an EPC. Yeah, I mean, some are shaving, some are not. The money is there. The key to this is that you have to be tracking, right? You have to be basically tracking everything. And this is exactly what we're going to be doing today, all right? And so here I have a diagram, right? What we're going to be looking at. And it looks a little bit overwhelming. It's not really, it's very simple diagram. And so we have a visitor here, right? We have a visitor. They basically go to a traffic source, right? And they're in some third-party traffic source to us. Maybe they're on Facebook, maybe they're on Google, they're browsing, they're searching, maybe they're watching YouTube videos, maybe they're on Google Display Network, maybe on some website, etc., etc. It doesn't really matter. They're here. We're not going to cover traffic sources in this video because it's going to make the video too long. I may talk about that in some of the future videos. But regardless where they were, once you basically capture them by advertising on the traffic source or, having your own email list or, renting somebody else's email list, things like that, we have our landing page. Now, I want to bring your attention to something is that these blue boxes, right? This is the stuff you control, okay? So if you think about the typical method, right? This is direct linking. We basically, we get our MaxBounty link, we copy and paste it on the traffic source, and then basically we redirect them to MaxBounty, right? All of this I do not recommend with sweepstakes, right? You have to be very careful. That is why I recommend this method. Indirect linking recommended. Landing page 1, qualification, email capture, landing page 2, and then it redirects to MaxBounty, right? So they have to go through all of this just to basically redirect. We control all of this, so this is why it's very cool. And so let me just talk a little bit about this, and we're gonna set this up from the beginning, step by step, all right? So we have the landing page, right? We basically create the landing page, we qualify them, right? Basically, qualification is another way of saying that you wanna make the visitor feel special. You wanna make them feel legit. You wanna make them feel like they're the only one in the world that basically can enter this contest, right? So they have a chance to win this. And their friend, their neighbor, their significant other doesn't, right? And it makes people feel special when you do that. That is what qualification does. We're going to do qualification. Then we have the email capture. Email capture is optional. You don't need to do it. It's like, I recommend doing it because you have another data point. So it's another way of knowing, right? If you basically got, 20 visitors and 10 of them filled their email, you have a 50% conversion rate. But then on MaxBounty, you didn't make any money, you know that there's something wrong, right? But at least you captured those emails. you could send them to another offer. Okay, so I recommend that this is an optional step. You can start without it, right? So if you want to start out, you want to keep things simple, you can feel free to start without this. Then we have another landing page. So we have landing 1, landing 2. This is a confirmation page, okay? I'm just gonna call it confirmation. I think that's a better name for it. And basically you're telling the user that, hey, congratulations, you're eligible to enter to win this prize. It's a confirmation page. And then you have a link, click here to continue, or you can redirect them automatically to MaxBounty. Only after they went through all this, right? We wanna capture as much value and track as much things as possible. Remember, Google is not a huge company for no reason, right? They're big because they have a lot of data, right? They're tracking everything. Facebook, same thing with Facebook, and that's what we're doing. So even though we might not get the commission at the end of the day, and we want this commission, we have all this data, and this is why I recommend you do this. It's a little bit more work, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And then we're going to do BeMob. We're going to set up BeMob for everything. I'm going to show you step by step. And the thing about BeMob is that BeMob is great because they have a generous kind of free plan that when you're starting out, you're not going to really bump into it, okay? So I highly recommend BeMob. I'm not affiliated with BeMob in any way, shape, or form. They don't even have a affiliate program. I just think it's a great tool for beginners, right? And that's why I'm recommending it. And so, you have a sale, and then basically MaxBounty, this is MaxBounty as well here, it basically posts back the sale using provided, we're going to be providing a postback URL, and then basically MaxBounty provides that postback URL back to us. And that way we can track commissions, we could track all of this and tie it back to commissions, okay? Such as the Facebook ad set, ad group, Bing ad group, etc., etc. All right, so let's start and let's start and set this up, right? And so I already started working on it just to save you some time, and I want to show you how this works, right? So I'm using a third-party plugin to do it. There are free tools that you can do that you can use to do it. I already started working on it just to save you a little bit of time. And what I have here, right? This is a tool called Quiz Builder, and this way this works is that they're basically creating all this for me. I have a splash page. I have 3 questions, and then I have a URL redirect. I can even add an opt-in gate, right? So this basically is an opt-in gate. After they answer the questions, I basically captured their email. So this is another data point, like I said. You don't have to do this, and that is why it's an optional step. We're going to remove this. So we have the splash page. This is the landing page. This is the first landing page. We have 3 questions, and we have a URL redirect. So this URL redirect is going to redirect them to the confirmation page. And then on the confirmation page, we're going to have a link. This link is going to be tracked by BeMob. That's going to go to the MaxBounty link, to the MaxBounty offer link, all right? So let me show you what I came up with. This is our basic splash page. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy. This is what it looks like right now. Enter to win $100 Forever 21 gift card, okay? Very simple, nothing to enter. Please tell us a little more about yourself. A little bit about yourself. Whatever. A little more. Please tell us more about yourself. Please tell us more about yourself, right? Something simple. You can have an image here, right? And I believe I basically put in an image that looks like this. Just a bunch of boxes. You can basically put any image you want. We're going to center this image as well. So we have this centered. You can do it however you want. Even if you have a very, very basic page, that's a very good start. Once they start the quiz, it's going to go forward. So if we preview this page, I want to show you how it works. They start the quiz. Basically, let me show you the questions I have, okay? And so if we go back to our page here, right? This is our page. We go back to these the builder, right? We have our 3 questions. So let me show you the 3 questions I came up with, okay? We have the first questions. How often do you shop at Forever 21? Which other stores do you like to frequent? What will you do if you win the gift card, right? Very, very simple questions, but you have to put some thought into them, right? So this is what it looks like, okay? So if I go to the landing page, right? I'm going to start the quiz and I'm going to see these questions. How often do you shop at Forever 21? Once a week, 3 times a week, every chance I get. And what you want to do is you want to basically have 3 questions, maybe 2 to 3 questions, okay? One is too little, 2 is kind of, it's also too little, 4 and 5 is a little bit too much, they're going to get tired. 3, I think, is a nice sweet spot. And they basically, what other stores do you frequent? I put H&M, Zara, Benetton. What will you do if you want the gift card? Buy some nice pants, buy some cool beachwear, buy everything inside, okay? And we have this. Now it goes to our basically confirmation. It looks like you're eligible to enter the contest. Click here to continue. Now this link is actually a link to BeMob. It's not a direct link, okay? And I'm going to show you how to set up this campaign from beginning in BeMob as well. Okay, and so we have this. Once they click on this, it tracks on BeMob that they actually clicked on the link, and then they go to MaxBounty, all right? So let me show you the diagram again so that you understand what's happening, right? So when they go from the traffic source, they basically click on a BeMob URL, and they go to the landing page. So this step is tracked. This step is tracked as well. Confirmation page to MaxBounty landing page. This is tracked as well. And then finally, there's another step, which is the postback URL, meaning that is when we're getting, if we have a sale or a commission, we actually get the post back, and then, that BeMob knows that this visitor basically made a sale, and then we can have all this, data like where they came from, their country, they are, which ad set they clicked on, ad group and Bing, right? So we have a full circle basically, and that's why we can track. It's very, very powerful. So, once you have this, now let's go into BeMob, and I'm going to show you from beginning how to set up campaigns, all right? So I'm here in BeMob, and like I said, they have a very generous free plan. Very nice to work. I've done a couple of tutorials on it. In fact, I'm going to link one of them below in the video so you can check it out. A lot of people really, really like that tutorial. And so how BeMob works essentially is that you have 4 things, plus 1, I like to call it. You have your traffic sources, you have your affiliate networks, you have landings, you have offers, and then you have a campaigns. Campaigns is just a combination of 4, okay? So you want to go in and set up an affiliate network first, right? We have MaxBounty and ClickBank, okay? I already have it set up. You basically go to new from template and you can enter it. If that doesn't exist, you click on new and you basically set it up yourself. You're gonna get your postback URLs and all that. Now you'll probably have to, connect with your affiliate network and see the format they use for these postback URLs, because these postback URLs, right, they're all different, right? There's different parameters there. And so, with MaxBounty, we know, ClickBank, we know, but some of the other ones, you have to connect with them. And so, I don't really know which network you're using, so I cannot tell you what your postback URL going to be. Next, we have the traffic sources, and this is going to be, nobody's going to have problems with this. Facebook, Google AdWords, YouTube, Bing. You basically click on new from template, and you have a lot of different traffic networks, right? You have a lot, right? And you basically click the one you want. You could type Facebook, you could type some third party. I already have them set up. Next, we have the landings. Or actually, let's go into offers first, because, landings is an optional step, even though I do recommend it. And what are we going to do is we're going to set up a new offer, okay? And this is going to be called F21 Sweep. We're going to have the URL. We're going to go back to MaxBounty, and we're basically going to click on social. I'm just saying you might be using Facebook traffic. Social, raw link, landing page. Okay, now you can just copy this, go back into BeMob, paste this URL here, okay? And so we have our postback URL. You can copy this. This is a postback URL that you can basically give to MaxBounty, okay? And I already have it set up here, right? This is the postback URL. I have it set up here. And so we have the offer here. We're going to save, okay? We're going to save this. And we have a new offer, global. Actually, it should not be global. It should be United States. We're going to go back and edit it. And we're going to pick United States. Okay. And we have this F21. F21 here. This is the new one. Next, we're going to go to the landing pages, okay? And we're going to create a landing page. We're going to click on new. And I'm going to enter my landing page. The landing page is the first page that they click on, right? So this is, in our case, is this one. It's Forever 21. It's this one right here. Enter to win. This is when they start the quiz. We copy and paste that. We paste that in BeMob. We call it F21. Landing page sweep, just to keep things consistent. United States. We're going to save this. Okay, now we have this landing page here. So now we have everything. We have our offers, we have our affiliate networks, we have, everything we need to go. If you go into MaxBounty and you edit this, you're gonna have your postback URL. Here's the postback URL. You basically copy this, and like I said before, you paste it here. I already have it here. You want the secure, right? You can have the secure if you want. We have that here. Now we're going back into BeMob. And the last step you need is the campaigns, okay? And the campaigns is a combination of all of these things we just set up. We click on New, and we're gonna configure it together. This is probably my favorite part because this is where you get all the links. This is where you can do some nice things. Traffic source, let's say, assume we're using Facebook, United States, tags, tracking domain default, cost model auto, destination, we want built-in flow, okay? And this is where you set up your landing page. Landing pages are optional, obviously, because not everybody uses landing pages. Some people just link directly. And so you want to basically add a new landing existing. We already set it up. We have F21. Same thing for offers. Add an existing offer, F21. We have that, and that's it, right? You have a lot of interesting things you can do. I don't want to cover that right now, but in a nutshell, you can basically create new paths depending on the country, state. So you can have some, you can have some really interesting qualifications, right? So for instance, if they're coming from a certain state, you can basically create a new rule and you can basically add a condition. So for instance, state region, let's say we have a state, New Jersey, right? If they're coming from New Jersey, we want to route them to a specific landing page. And then in that landing page is going to be one thing that's going to be different. It's basically going to say, hey, New Jersey resident, did you know that you're eligible? You can enter to be eligible to win this particular offer. And that is how you do it. I might have another video that talks about this in greater detail. We're going to cancel out. And right now we just have one path, right? We have a landing offers. You can have multiple landing pages and it's basically going to rotate them, right? You can basically specify the percentages and all that. It's a little bit too complicated for this video. I may make another video on this in the future. But all you want to do is click save. When you click save, you're going to have another screen. And this is the best part, right? We have the campaign URL. Campaign URL is what you give to Facebook, right? This is the Facebook because remember, we're using the traffic source Facebook. And so as a result, it basically has a lot of tokens that Facebook is going to replace for us when they're displaying the ad. When somebody clicks on the ad, they're going to replace all these tokens. Campaign name, ad set name, ad name. Sounds familiar? It should if you're doing Facebook ads. Test URL is for testing. Then we have the click URL. This click URL is basically goes when you finish the quiz, right? When we have our thank you page, it goes on the thank you page, right? So we have our thank you page and you want to edit that page and you want to basically modify it, right? I think I already have it set up. I actually have it set up, right? And I'm just going to do it with you anyway. And this is where you set up. This click URL goes to the offer, right? I think they're basically calling it, click URL, offer URL. And it's not the best name, click URL. And this is the URL that goes on the last page that redirects to MaxBounty. And so this is the page. We have the postback URL. We already configured that. And that's it. We already copied this. Everything is configured. Let's see. We're going to save this. This is our thank you page. Visit this. This is the thank you page. Now, when you click on this, if you came from the traffic source correctly, this is going to redirect to MaxBounty, okay? And so we have the full circle, right? We have everything set up. We have our postback URL from BeMob. We have our landing page. We have our quiz. We have our confirmation page. We did everything, right? So this is the way you set it up, all right, guys? Like I said, sweepstakes are kind of the wild, wild west. You can make money. You can lose money. It's like going to a casino, basically. But if you're tracking everything, you're going to know which are quality sweepstakes or not. You're going to know immediately what is working and what is not working. Because you can track, right? BeMob is going to tell you, okay, you spend this money, you made this money, you're profitable in this campaign, you're not profitable in that campaign. And that is why, there's money in it. You just have to track. A lot of people lose money because they're not tracking. And so we have the landing page, quiz, qualification, email, capture, confirmation page. And then once we have a sale, this is the landing page, and then this is the merchants page. It's going to basically let MaxBounty know, and MaxBounty is going to tell us, right? It basically goes backwards, right? Right now we have, us, Max Bounty merchant, and then it's going to be merchant Max Bounty us, right? So basically we're going to get a post back if we do have a sale. All right, guys. So that is all I wanted to cover in this video. Sweepstakes are, they're kind of the wild, wild west, but there are ways of making money. Just follow these methods. I really hope you've gotten value from this. If you did, smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. And once again, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.